Oh, I was saying there are so many platforms that clients do reviews in. You understand? So they're going to do a review and say that this particular camp, there was a guide who solicited tip from us. You understand? They're going to write it on the review. They won't say it to your face, but they will say it on the reviews, and it won't look good. Because sometimes you see just management calling you to the table, to the office, and asking why you did that. It's not good. If someone wants to give you something, they will give it to you from their hearts. You understand? They will definitely give you that from their hearts. You see? So don't ever put yourself in a situation where you want to solicit tip. Don't ever put yourself in a situation where you'll take a stupid decision in pursuit of getting a tip. Now, because it's normal in the service industry that you can get some tip, it's normal. How do you use your tip? A lot of us is the money that we didn't even budget for. You know, it's the money that we didn't put it into consideration, because you'll never know how much you'll be given. And sometimes after 3 months of being in camp, or after 2 months of being in camp, when you go back home, you've got a lot of currencies. You've got US dollars, you've got pounds, you know, you've got euros, you've got kwachas, you've got rands. And when you change that money, then you have something like 25,000 or even more. I've seen a lot of guys having a lot of money, right? We tend to use it carelessly. I think one of the reasons is because we haven't budgeted for it, and we haven't worked much difficult for it. We're just given it without expecting, right? I think my dream as a guide have always, because I took part in mobile safari. Part of my guiding career went to mobile safaris. You understand? And as time went on, because guiding is passionate driven, you are going to love it, and you'll want to own your own safari company. That's for a fact, if you are really a guide. All right. So then as time went on, I had this dream of owning my mobile safari, because I had the management skills, I had the camp hand skills, I had the guiding skills. So I just need the capital, you know, to buy the assets, that is the car, the camping stuff, the cutlery and stuff like that. So now I think tip is, because sometimes it can be a lot of money. I think tip as a guide, you should have that dream of owning your own safari company. Where the guides always start, they start at the mobile safari stage. You know, if I recall very well, 90% of mobile safari companies are owned by the former guides, or people who quitted guiding to do their own mobile safari. So it shows you how this stays in us, and this, you know, building us to an extent that we don't see ourselves doing anything else apart from being in the guiding world. So that's the kind of money that you can use to start buying the equipment. Because right now, if you buy some cutlery, a set of cutlery, maybe a set of spoons, a set of knives, you know, a set of stainless steel plates, all those, then you keep them. You can use your tip to do that. And at the end of the 5 years, you will find that you have the whole equipment. You've got your cutlery, you've got your tents, you've got your mattresses, you've got your chairs, you've got your wash basins and stuff like that, everything made of canvas. And you know, I think as guys, we need right now to consider tip as the money that can build us. I know, you know, back in the days when I was still working in the Okavango Delta, by the day that we went on leave, everyone in Mangu will be waiting. They knew that the guys are coming. Those guys are coming. They have tips. And that whole weekend, probably the whole week, we'll be juggling. That's what we call it. We'll be partying, drinking, going up and down, hiring cars, damaging those cars, having to fix those cars. Now, I think that's the clumsy way of spending your tip. Oh, the Egyptian geese in the background making some commotion over there. Yes, I think that's the unprofessional way of spending your tip. Use your tip to improve your life. Use your tip to improve your dreams, or to work on your dreams, to shape a way of where you want to go. All right, you can use your tip for so many things, or like in this case, you don't have a camera, you don't have a pair of binoculars, you don't have a Leatherman, a multi-purpose tool knife, you don't have proper boots. Use tip to buy something memorable. I understand we stay in the bush for far too long. At some points I stayed for 3.5 months in the bush working. Then from there I want to catch up for the weekends that I've not been around. Well, that's a good thing. Yes, you wanna refresh, but refresh wisely. Some people unfortunately lost their lives in the pursuit of researching because they've been in the bush for way too long. So make sure that you use your tip to the best. You use your tip to improve your life. I think that's what the tip is all about. So that is how short I will be with a tip. Of course, I will allow you guys to throw in comments. I will allow you guys to throw in your ideas, your question, and stuff like that. Now, another thing that I nearly forget is, as a guide, you are the one who spend most of the time with the guests. So sometimes at the end of safari, they will give you your tip and the staff tip as well, to say, can you take this for the staff? Because you know, the people in the background, the chef, the scullery, those people have got a very, very big impact that is sometimes underestimated. And unfortunately, the waiters and the waitresses are the ones that are taking the credit of the chef. But some people who know, the chef is the one who makes sure that you keep hydrated all the time and you keep your stomach full all the time. That is the chef. And sometimes the guide will be given that money to go and give it to the staff. Then he takes 70 or 80% of that money in a pocket. No, don't do that as a guide. My brother, that's not wise. You've been given what's belong to you. Now, this situation where you'll be taking a few bucks from the staff tip box or from the staff tip, that's not wise, because very soon then that kind of behavior will be noticed. And even when you are starting it, they will have that belief that you have been doing it for a very long time. So that's not creating a very good working environment, because you are going to have that clash between you and your fellow workers. And some of these people, they do you favors. Some of these people, they go their way out to assist you as a guide. Sometimes they won't even have to be waking up very early in the morning. They wake up early in the morning and help you with some stuff to wake the guests up. You know, the camp hand is the guide's main man. You know, they always help us to do a lot of stuff. So don't cheat your fellow colleagues by taking part of their tip. If you've been given a tip for the whole staff, go and distribute it that way. You understand? Because once they figure that out, it doesn't become a good reputation. So ladies and gentlemen, with a tip, I'll just stop here today. I think you have learned one or two, and work to your utmost, work to your best level. That's why you get your tip. Don't put your life in risk. Don't put your client's life in risk. Don't put the machines, the asset that you have, at the risk of collapse because you are in pursuit for your tip. Okay, do what you can do. What you can't do, you can't do it. You do it next time. If someone decides to give you a tip, they'll give you a tip. If they don't, I mean, you can't do nothing. At least you have done your part. At least you are working on a negotiated salary. At the end of the day, you get paid. Either you're given a tip or what. At month end, you get paid. That's what you need to appreciate. Do your best, work hard, make your clients happy, and expect nothing but good service delivery. Thank you. Peace. Until we meet again on the next topic.